A Midlands veteran who was nearly killed when he was hit by an alleged drunk driver last month is now on the road to recovery.
And today, the woman Highway Patrol says is responsible for the crash, 62-year-old Cynthia Sims, faced a judge. This is the mugshot from her arrest. Sims' bond is set at $60,000, and at last check, she is still in jail and has not bonded out.
Highway Patrol says that she was driving eastbound in the westbound lanes of Highway 378 just outside of Eastover late last month. Now, when she collided with Everett Scott, who was on his motorcycle, Caroline Hecker spoke with Scott as he now adjusts to his new normal.
Finding a new normal is both a struggle and a learning experience for Everett Scott, who after spending a month in the hospital finally returned home last weekend. He did so to find many of the activities he used to do are now a struggle. But he says they're not impossible thanks to the support of his family, friends, and the community fueling him forward. Everett Scott survived 2 combat tours with the Army in Afghanistan. But of all things, it was a trip home from a family gathering in Eastover last month that almost cost him his life.
In Afghanistan, I've actually written letters home, just in case something happened to me. But it's a difference between thinking you're going to die versus almost knowing you're going to die.
It was in the back of the ambulance. Scott says those thoughts crossed his mind as he was losing a lot of blood, his left leg severed above the knee. Moments before, Highway Patrol says 62-year-old Cynthia Sims crossed over the median on Highway 378 outside of Eastover. They say she began driving eastbound in the westbound lane, striking Scott and throwing him from his bike. The scene so grim, family members who stopped to help had trouble looking at his leg. Doctors later had to amputate it.
You got to take the punches that life throw at you. If you set your mind on one thing and something else happens, like you fall down, you ain't gonna never get back up. But if you're flexible, you take the punch, you keep moving.
Investigators say Sims had a blood alcohol content of 0.14 and failed multiple field sobriety tests. After a month in the hospital, Scott is adjusting to his new normal, with plenty of frustrations along the way.
It feels good to be back to some kind of normal, but I'm still adjusting and getting used to things. I do a lot of things different.
Sims' bond is set at $60,000, and she would be unable to drink alcohol and would be on house arrest. Everett Scott's attorney says he was wearing a helmet and protective gear at the time of the crash. As for Cynthia Sims, she has no criminal record, and her attorney says the 62-year-old was recently diagnosed with cancer. In Columbia, Caroline Hecker, WIS News 10.
Caroline, thank you for that report. The South Carolina Highway Patrol is still investigating the crash.